Hey there, Motivated Mamas. Jen here with another Monday motivation video. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited to share this video with you today. So in today's video, I want to teach you my cheat sheet for how I assess my family's needs. You ever had that kind of day, right? Where you feel like you've been bending over backwards, you haven't gotten a break, nothing has let up, and you're frazzled and you're frustrated, and at the end of the day, no one is grateful. You feel completely unappreciated, and it doesn't even seem like anyone's better for it. For all of your efforts, it feels like it was all in vain, all for nothing. If you have felt that way, and I know that I have, it likely means you have inaccurately assessed the needs of your family. I recently shared an allegory I kind of have in my mind about the drowning versus swimming man, and it's that the man who's swimming is using focused, calculated efforts, while the man who is drowning is using all the same energy, but he's flailing about. I hate to say it, but if you feel like it didn't work, it probably didn't, and you probably worked just as hard to do it as the person who had focused, calculated efforts. Without further ado, I want to share my cheat sheet for assessing my family's needs so that I meet their needs with ease. I have a link below. I have like PDFs on my blog that you can just pop over there and print those off for free if you're interested. So this is my cheat sheet for assessing my family's needs. It takes about 5 minutes per person. If you have 4 people in your family outside of yourself, it's gonna take you 20 minutes. It's totally worth it, all right? So here is number 1. The first thing you need to consider is this person introverted or extroverted? Now, this gives you key insight as to how this person recharges. An introverted person might come home at the end of the day and feel totally relieved to just sit in their room and journal or read a book or have quiet time, as where the extroverted person might want to come home and go see friends or go to a youth group activity or go bowling with the family, and they might stay out till 20 minutes to bedtime and come home and brush their teeth and just plop down in bed and feel completely fulfilled for the day, right? This is how they recharge. It is not your job as the parent to recharge everyone's batteries. It is your job to facilitate opportunities for both types of people to recharge, because you probably have both types of people in your household. So this one is invaluable, because if you don't recharge properly, then you don't perform well the next day. So number 2 is this person in your household physically inclined or mentally inclined? This gives you insight as to how they feel fulfilled in their day. What wears them out? You don't sleep well at the end of the day if you're not tired. So you might have a physically inclined child who goes to school all day and comes home and they're anxious and they're yancy and they're bouncing about, and maybe they're misbehaving or have a bad attitude, and probably they just need more physical stimulation. They need more. They need to be in extracurricular sports. Say you have a physically inclined extroverted child who isn't getting enough activity through the day, put them in football. They're gonna love the running and the catching and the tackling and the practices. They're gonna love the energy and the people and the pep rallies. It's gonna be totally fulfilling to that person. Let's say you have a physically inclined introvert. They would hate football. All of that would not be enjoyable to them, but maybe they would like track. They would like, track is a highly mentally engaging sport. It takes a lot of discipline and drive and determination and focus. So an introverted, physically inclined child might like to go do an activity like that. And once you know what your child or teenager or roommate or what this person that you're in the care of, once you know what kind of person they are, you can kind of help encourage them into those activities that are fulfilling to them. Again, it's not your job to fulfill their every need. It is your job to help them learn how to fulfill their needs. Now, I'm talking about teenagers at the moment, but let's pop down and think of younger children. I have done daycare. I've worked with young children for over a decade. I've done a lot of research, a lot of workshops, a lot of experiments to see what works the best. And I have a formula, right? I have a cycle that I go through like 8 times a day, and it is feed them, give them mental stimulation, so some kind of learning activity, give them physical stimulation, wear them out, and then give them rest and repeat. And I do it all day long, and it meets the needs of all the different kinds of children. The introverted child gets quiet time, the extroverted child gets lots of time with friends, the mentally inclined child gets education, the physically inclined child gets exercise. It takes care of everyone. Now, everyone does need a proper balance of everything. And you might find you have a lot of kids that just get what they need out of a regular day. They go to school, they maybe have PE, they maybe go for a walk in the evening. They're good. They're kind of in the middle between extroverted and introverted, so they don't feel stressed out by the people of their day. They also don't feel like it wasn't enough. They're satisfied with the amount of extroverted energy they got to enjoy. And this child's just fine. They're kind of in the middle. Their day works for them. And everyone needs a balance. Your job is when you have a child, a teenager, a family member that lives with you that is more extreme. And again, you're just creating opportunities for these people's needs to be met. You're not physically running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're creating opportunities so they can meet their needs. Do you understand? See how that's like, you want to create systems that are autopilot systems. Systems that maintain themselves are the only kind of systems that work. A system that is run off your me power energy, well, that will fail because you only have so much energy. There's only so much of you. So you need to kind of create self-maintaining systems. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Number 3, so we had number 1, introverted or extroverted gives you key insights as to how this person recharges. Number 2, physically inclined or mentally inclined gives you key insights as to what is fulfilling to this person. Number 3 is a little harder to grasp. It's more of a concept than the actual thing, but I'm gonna throw it out anyway because I feel like it's very useful to me. Number 3 is this person logically inclined or intuitively inclined? Do they think logically or do they think intuitively? Now, this is not helpful for anything except how you listen to them. It helps you understand how their brain works. If you have a logical child, they will come to you with like a very concise list. If you have an intuitive child, they might come talk to you with lots of words like I feel like, and I thought that. Like, they're not gonna come to you with actual specific clear box terms. They're gonna come to you with like concepts to express how they feel, or they'll want to like talk in allegories, or they'll want to describe pictures because they're trying to describe something that's less tangible. Now, the logical parent tends to be frustrated by the intuitive child, and vice versa. The intuitive parent tends to be frustrated by the logical child. If you don't have a clear picture, TV stereotypes the intuitive kind of person as like, let's say that the mother is the intuitive one and she's like this peace and love, hippy dippy skirt wearing, frazzled hair, alternative school, everyone gets a trophy kind of parent. Now, that's not even a fair stereotype. Please don't be offended. I'm just painting a picture that that's kind of the stereotype. Now, you can imagine that that mom is totally frustrated by like the Harvard law teenager who has everything listed and in order and in a category and on time and very straight-laced and getting things done, and they might come and say, oh mom, I'm frustrated, I've got this going on and this going on, and here's my list and this is what I'm trying to work through. And the mom will be like, oh honey, put your list out, you're totally stressed, let's just go outside and take deep breaths. They'll give them all the wrong advice is the thing. They're not listening. They want that child to communicate the way they do instead of just listening to the way that that child communicates. And it happens the same with the logical parent for the intuitive child. The logical parent is like, none of this is valid. This is all in your head. I don't understand. Make a list. What's happening here? You just calm down and make a list. Write something down. Like, say something that makes sense. They're totally overwhelmed by the intuitive child as well. So learning to listen to your child and validate the way that they are, it just helps them. It helps them relieve their mind and the burdens that they have on their chest, but everyone needs to feel validated. Validation is a very important word, and to invalidate someone because the way they communicate is not the way that you communicate is painful. But make a list right now for each one. It's super simple. Are they introverted or extroverted? Are they physically or mentally inclined? Are they intuitive or logical? Once you know what type of people are in your home, it's gonna make it much easier for you to meet their needs, because what they say they need isn't always what they actually need. And it's your job as the older, more experienced, more mature person to help kind of filter through that and think, well, yeah, I know you feel like you need those new Nikes, but what do you really need? What do you actually need here? So that's pretty much a wrap up. Again, if you want to print off all of the worksheets I have, you can go to my blog and I'll link that below. But I hope you found something there that was beneficial. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more videos like this, you can check out my Monday Motivation playlist. If you're interested in other types of videos, I do cleaning, organization, like household streamlining stuff. You can go check out those videos as well. Again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and have a great day. Bye.